Did you hear today about Whitney Houston's daughter?
Yes, I did at 10:30 this morning. Like mother, like daughter.
What a quitter. You know, I mean, seriously, fill the tub first, you fucking phony.
Right.
She didn't want to die. If she wanted to die, she'd have filled the tub.
How stupid is that?
Fucking take a bunch of pills and then fucking turn or flip over.
Right.
You want to die? Flip over, you fucking fag.
Sure.
Faker.
Well, speaking of that whole family.
Yeah.
And you may have seen this, and I don't know. I saw that you may have mentioned this on your Facebook last week or something.
Okay.
There's a series on Netflix called Modern Gangsters.
I think I just watched that.
Yeah,
actually.
you may have. There's like 12 or 14 episodes.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Did you see the one where
the gangster was like threatened Bobbi Brown? I did see.
Kidnapped him.
Yeah, kidnapped him, and Whitney had to pay $400,000 to get him out.
Yeah, Bobbi Brown owed some drug dealer in New York.
Yeah, he owed him $50,000.
No, $25,000.
Yeah, or whatever it was. But that guy sold the bounty or whatever.
The debt to this other big notorious drug dealer.
And this guy kidnapped him.
And supposedly Whitney paid $400,000 to get him back.
I'm just going to say this. I respect the actions of whoever that guy was that kidnapped him, if that did happen, because clearly it needed to be done.
Sure.
I'm not crossing that guy.
What, was it the Black Hand of Death guy?
I think that might have been which one it was.
Yeah. The Black Hand of Death.
Yeah.
Kidnapped Bobbi Brown off the street for his $25,000 drug debt.
Yeah, I guess it was his prerogative, right?
I guess. So I was just thinking about that. I just saw that episode, and then I saw the article this morning that their daughter was almost drowned in the bathtub.
Oh, dude, what's going on out there in L.A.? Suge Knight ran over the guy from Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, he just ran him over and killed him.
Yeah, just smashed his head. I was reading something about it today. Said he ran him over once, fucking backed up, and smushed his head.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. He'll probably get, what, a month? That fucking guy, see, I don't know how, that guy has, like, done so much crime, and he's still on the street. Well, he's not now, but, that guy continually finds a way out.
Sure.
I wouldn't fuck with him, though. Have you met him or seen him?
No, I've never have.
He's a big dude.
I'm sure he is.
6'8", 380.
Wasn't he the guy that held that other guy over the banister and held him by his feet?
That's the rumor.
Yeah.
It was Vanilla Ice, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's it. Exactly.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice. I know this. I have a Christmas card around here somewhere from Suge Knight and Death Row Records.
Is that right?
I do. I was at one point. Death Row was when I had Music's Bottom Line. That was when Death Row was happening, and I was reviewing all their stuff, and they sent me a Christmas card. And I kept it. I have it here somewhere. If it's in the office here during any kind of music we play, I'll take a picture and put it on the Twitter or something.
Is it personally signed?
Well, I don't know. I think it's stamp signed.
Okay,
it's like signed by the whole office,
right?
But, you know, they sent 10,000 of them.
Sure,
out.
of course.
And I doubt Suge Knight signed anything checks. I don't even think he signed too many of those. He just kept all the money.
Sure.
So, but I did get a Christmas card from Death Row Records. That's one of my favorite little collectibles.
Wow, I'm surprised that your former roommate didn't somehow destroy that.
Well, I can't really comment on that legally, but but let's just say I did see it fairly recently, so I know that's not the case.
Murder was the case. Oh, that's Snoop Dogg.
Oh, he was on Death Row.
I know.
Like me some Snoop Dogg. We should play some tonight.
Yeah, some Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Didn't go over real well when I played it when I interviewed Rick Ross, that's for sure.
He didn't care for that at all?
No, the audience
didn't. Oh, the audience didn't like it.
The audience was like, what the fuck are you doing playing rap?
Right. Snoop Doggy Dogg.
I like Snoop.
Yeah.
That's a fun guy. Ooh. I'll tell you what. I interviewed him once, got on his bus. That guy makes Chips Enough look like a fucking spokesman for anti-weed.
Yeah. Well, didn't his bus get pulled over just like out toward Lorraine, right on I-90 there, and they got busted for weed out there?
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, that was I don't know, 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, there's more exhaust in his bus than outside his bus. It's just wow when you get his bus is so bad that you can't. I doubt you could burn incense to not smell the weed.
Sure.
I mean, it just smells like that sweet smell.
Right.
It's like, wow, man.
Well, speaking of the weed and speaking of the modern gangsters, one of the last ones that I watched last night was that, what was her name? Kim Lee or something like that. She said she was like an heiress to the Samsung fortune or something, and she was like this big weed dealer from L.A.
Oh, yeah, and they were taking the houses and stuff.
She was flying the weed to Ohio.
Right, yeah, I watched all of those.
Yeah, those were really well done.
Those are good. You know what's just real good? Since we're going to go into TV talk right now, there's a series out there right now called In HD, and it's just a couple of, there's only like two, I think, that I've found. Maybe there's more. But one of them is World War II in HD, and the other one is
Vietnam
in HD.
I just watched that last week.
Those are fucking phenomenal.
I know. There were six episodes for Vietnam in HD.
Right, and I think there's 8 in the World War II one.
Yeah.
Dude, the World War II one was absolutely depressing.
I'm sure it was.
I guess so. I guess 6 million people cooked in an oven. I guess that might be a little bit somber.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, they had this one guy, and he was talking about, how he thought he was going to die, and then he got shot, and he was crawling down the hill, and he ran into a medic, and the medic's name was Jesus, which was Jesus, and that made him know that he was going to be okay. And I was like, shh. And I got this old ass man telling this story. I was like, oh my God, dude, don't make me cry. Felt so bad for this guy, and meanwhile he lived. So
right.
Oh man, the fucking World War II. I think I would have probably offed myself.
Well, people who lived through that, or were part of the Holocaust.
Yeah.
They thought that was the end of days.
Yeah, dude. Don't you think those were like real men? I mean, I served, but man, I didn't do dick compared to what those guys did.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. Those guys were men.
Yeah. That was the great generation, as it were.
Yeah. It was funny because on one of those things, the guy starts out, goes, there's nothing great about this generation. We didn't have a choice.
Right. You had to do what you had to do.
He's like, they said fucking go. We went.
Yeah.
Oof. But yeah, well, those are really well done.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I'd like to know, where they always get this funding and so much archival footage. I'm just amazed at the amount of footage that they have.
Well, they said on the World War II one that they scoured the country for 2 years looking just for new footage. It's all new footage that they got in the last 2 years before they made the thing.
Right.
You know where they get the money. They get it from fucking dumbasses watching Ice Road Truckers and whatever. Fucking Pawn Stars.
Well, what amazes me, though, and the one that gets me the most is so many of these, like in the White House, like you see Johnson, he's kind of like he looks like he's all distressed over these orders that, to command more troops on the ground, or,
right.
Or when Nixon invaded Laos, and, or not invaded, but they went across the border, and things like that. Do they have a photographer on staff 24 hours a day just taking random shots of the president constantly?
I believe they do.
It's like, holy shit, who takes these photos, and they're constantly taking pictures?
I believe it from the time the president comes comes to the Oval throughout the day until he goes back to the residence, there is a photographer with him at all times.
Just taking photos.
All the time. Yeah, well, it's because they all have their museums or libraries or whatever they're called. The presidential library that gets built, and they need the historical information on that stuff, I guess. But have you ever been to one of those?
To a presidential library?
Yeah.
No.
I don't even know where there is one. I'd like to go to one.
Sure.
I don't know which one. I certainly won't be going to the Obama one. I'm afraid to go to Compton.
You could go to Arkansas and go to the Clinton one. I think that's like a double wide trailer or something.
Where do you think they'll put the Obama one?
Well,
Gary?
they're already arguing about where they're putting it over here in Chicago.
Gary?
No, they're talk. Here's the controversy over this proposed Obama library. This has been going on for the last couple of weeks here in the local press.
Okay.
That apparently somebody connected to the Obama, administration or family or circle or whatever you want to call it,
right,
had been secretly buying up land or something in the Chicago, like Lincoln Park area or something like that.
Okay.
And what it is it ends up being is that it's like taxpayer land. And so rather than having a private land to put this thing on, that they want to annex like taxpayer city property, and then somehow, benefit from this, from the sale of it.
Sure.
It's just some kind of backhanded deal, and, people are just in an uproar about it.
Sure. Well, it's a backhanded deal. This president, shocking.
Yeah, I know. But that's been going on actually in the news for the last 2 weeks, of this arguing back and forth about where this Obama presidential library is going to be and how they're going to get the land for it and where it is and who's going to benefit, and, whether it's going to be taxpayer, it should be private, but somehow it's, city land or something like that. It's just a whole mess.
Okay, now here's the $1 million question. If you're still living there when it opens, will you go?
Absolutely not.
See, I might go.
Because I'm a branch of Fox News. I would never go in there.
Well, Bill O'Reilly talks to Barry sometimes.
Sure.
I might go. Why not?
Dude, I hate Chicago.
We watch documentaries on the Depression. What's the difference?
Yeah, but that's when, people still had a little bit of honor and integrity to them.
Not so much. I'm not sure I believe any of them had any honor or integrity at this point.
Yeah, especially since, even way back with Wilson being the worst of them.
Why? What did Wilson do?
Wilson's the one who introduced the Federal Reserve.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, there's that. Wilson was also the one that did the fucking commission the atomic bomb, too, wasn't he?
No.
Who was that?
That was FDR.
No, it was... Or was he the one that was left out of the loop while it was being built? One of them was left out of the loop and somebody else built it.
Well, it certainly wasn't Woodrow Wilson.
Not Woodrow Wilson. What who am I thinking of? Never mind. I'm an idiot.
He was the World War I guy.
It was Abe Lincoln.
Yeah. You just don't know your history. I don't even know why you're talking about this stuff. You don't know shit.
Fucking George Washington was a mean fucking chemist.
Yeah, he was.
Working on bioterrorism.
Right. Exactly.